Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna have part 3 of the Ivotion denture series for you. We're gonna do an immediate denture, extract some teeth, design it as a split file so you can get it ready for milling or printing. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to do so. Hit the notification bell so you get updated on all future videos. This is a pre-op we have to deal with today. Looks easy, but there are some challenges. The order form starts simple. I'm going to click on one tooth, select full denture, and I'm going to explain later in the video why one-on-one process is so important here. If you want to have a monoblock try-in, click that. I'm selecting milling here, applying it for the full arch. But some teeth needs to be extracted. I'm going to select virtual extraction for the one tooth, hit the control button and apply it to all the teeth that have to be extracted. Then select the shade, save the order form and get into the design. The first thing what we have to do is we have to extract the teeth. Therefore, we're going to click on one tooth, and Exocad does a really nice job of walking you through the entire process. It extracts the tooth, leaves a nice immersion profile where the tooth was. Sometimes you have to help it a little bit because it doesn't recognize the entire tooth, but for the most part, it's a straightforward process. After that, we're going to go into expert mode, right click on the arch, select freeform scan data. Then we're going to smooth out slightly the remaining arch. But the most important step is to reduce the tissue where the roots used to be. I'm using this cross arch section tool, and the rule of thumb is about 2 millimeters reduction. I'm measuring the existing arch and then reduce with the minus tool 2 millimeters. I can apply this then to the remaining arch by using the minus tool and the smoothing tool to reduce the areas where the root used to be. Don't reduce too much because that might cause issue with the fit. But overall, this process will set you up for success in the later step for the tissue design. The model analysis process is pretty much straightforward, and I explained it intensively in my previous videos. I'm going to leave a tab here so you can watch the videos. But essentially what you're going to do, you're going to define the molar positions, you're going to define the premolar positions, and you're going to define the incisal edge position. That will give you the occlusal plane where the teeth are going to be aligned against them. Then I'm going to select a mode. I'm going to use one that's pretty much straightforward. Not going to go too much into the chain mode design here, but I'm going to align it pretty much so it's in line with the pre-op. At this point, I want to talk about the importance of planning in an immediate denture because there are certain key points we need to take in consideration before extracting the teeth. For example, is this an immediate denture or will this denture be used in a conversion during surgery? Are these traditional extractions or will there be any socket augmentation be done? Is this denture planned for implants or will there be any bone grafting be done? So these are all the things you need to take in consideration before extracting the teeth. When it comes to the tissue design, there is no right or wrong. You can design the tissue either completely flat, but what I like to do is I like to put some root structure in there. I'm doing this by using this small brush, going to the plus and minus function, holding down the shift key, and then carefully carve out an inverted Y in between the teeth. What that does, it creates a kind of a root shape between the teeth. And I'm going to do this all around the arch. When I'm done, by the way, I like these features with a true smile because the dentures look so cool, and designing like this makes it even more fun. But what makes a good denture a great denture are these fine details. So I'm adding a little frenum in here, and I'm using the fine brush. I'm adding it in between 8 and 9. The most important part in tissue design is adding bulk to the border. That has a couple of reasons. For example, if the borders are too thin, they might break during milling. Another most important part is if the borders are too thin and they break, or they're too thin in general, the denture might lose the suction in the patient's mouth against the palate, and the patient has an unstable palate. So overall, designing the tissue doesn't have only aesthetic parts, but also functional parts. What I really like is the distance map, because here I can see where the denture is too thin and where I need to add additional material. At the end, it all comes down to little fine tuning. I'm moving the frenum a little bit. I'm smoothing a little bit here. I'm detailing a little bit there. Overall, you can spend as much time as you want. I like to raise the papillas in between the teeth because when we're separating the teeth from the denture, they get shorter anyway. When it comes to the connectors, I like to raise them a little bit up and not so much apical, because then there are no indentation in the denture base, and in some areas it could create thin spots or even holes. Here I'm going to separate the teeth from the denture base, and I don't make any changes from the settings. So why didn't I use Ivotion monolithic in this case? This is actually the exact same case I designed in the Ivotion workflow, and you get an acceptable, really nice result. But when it comes to the tissue design, you can clearly see where the tooth color is bleeding into the pink. And that has to do with the distance of the teeth to the gingival. So in most cases, the one-to-one, the split file workflow makes the most amount of sense. You can mill or print the base, and you can mill or print the teeth. That gives you the most flexible options in the Ivotion workflow. Thank you for watching part 3 of the Ivotion Denture series. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Hit the notification bell to get updated on all future videos. I also have a Patreon channel where I post all the videos early, so if you want to support this channel, please do so. Until then, stay tuned.